Okay, hi, welcome to another sort of like random video which I wasn't expecting to be doing. I was just thinking, I haven't got much going on today, so I thought I'd just sort of give a little overview about some of the other DVDs I have in my collection that aren't Doctor Who specific, so I just thought I'd kind of show them off and then give my side opinions about them and everything. It's nothing really much to sort of say with this, I'll just kind of show it off. There's nothing really much in terms of around an order with this, but I'm going to show off like these ones which are just sort of a mixture, and then I'm going to show off probably my comedy DVDs in another video which I've got because I'm quite a fan of comedies. But yeah, we'll just show these one off, and I basically have these alphabetized, which is why they're in the order that they are. So start off with this thing, Alpha and Omega. This is just a fun little film. It's nothing really too amazing, the animation's kind of meh, but it's one I got a soft spot for, and I kind of semi-grew up with it in my early teen years, and it's just sort of, I kind of feel okay for it. The first two Balto films, there was a third one, but that one wasn't really that good. First one's actually directed by Steven Spielberg, and it's slightly based on a true story. It's okay. Again, it's one that is kind of just a slight soft spot, but it's not the best film that there ever is. Batman Begins, can't really go wrong with these designer Batman films. To be fair, the Big Lebowski, sorry, these DVDs are quite tight. Absolutely fantastic film. I think the performances are done, stupendously. It was actually my brother's favourite film for quite a while, and I can see why. Blair Witch Project, absolutely brilliant. Definitely gave a good feel with the found footage genre, and just was really, really creepy in a lot of ways. This is a fun little series, Bunnicula. This was kind of fell under the radar, came out in 2016 and lasted for 3 series, which I thought was quite nice. Features Sean Astin as the cat in this, Chester. This is the American release, only released series 1. They've yet to do series 2 or series 3 if they're ever going to do it, but if you can find the episodes, I would recommend it. It's quite a fun little watch. Nothing, jaw-dropping like you get from the likes of the Teen Titans series or whatever, but it's fun, and it's got flash animation in it, which is, it harks back to those like the early 2000s and stuff, which is quite a fun thing. The first Cardcaptors movie, got quite fond memories of watching this. I was a fan of the dub series despite what people think, but yeah, this was a fun little thing. I like the music videos in this too. And then I just had a couple of other sort of DVDs in here. This is actually Casablanca, that's in here. I got the DVD separately when the box went missing. So you see this official release. And then we've got Child's Play. I think definitely a good example of a good horror movie. Yeah, just find it really cool. This is just a school dance which I did when I was at school, so that doesn't matter too much. And then this one, try to remember which one's which. Clockwork Orange, very kind of freaky sort of film. Again, I found this, this was over at my dad's house, and it didn't have a case for it, so I just put it in a spare one which I had. Then the first Deadpool movie, seriously funny. I'd laugh my head off with watching this. Ryan Reynolds, can't beat him. Then the first volume of the first series of Digimon, just to give it a try. Still kind of debate whether to get the full series or not. I never really kind of got around to it, but yeah, Digimon is really fun. I got very fond memories of that too, growing up with it. Then you have the 2 recent-ish Dragon Ball films of the Battle of the Gods. Absolutely fantastic film. I love Beerus. He's probably my favourite character throughout the entire Dragon Ball franchise. And then you got the Resurrection F, Return of Frieza. Again, they do a great job with this. I love the incorporation of Beerus in this again. Then have the Fairly Odd Parents. This is just, I think, just 4 episodes from the first series. Yeah, which again, I actually found this at my college sort of main sort of sharing room where there was like microwave and stuff, and the DVD was there. Nobody wanted it, and nobody knew how I got there, so I took it. No complaints from anybody, so I was fine with that. Then we have Fairy Tail, got up until volume 4. It's probably been my favourite anime because it was one I sort of stuck with for the longest time, all the way to the end. yeah, I do like these series, and I do need to get the rest of the volumes and everything. I do like the series a lot. It does have its faults, but, you know, overall, pretty fantastic. Final Destination, the first one, you know, great horror movie. Very unique with its premise. Can't really go wrong with it. Forrest Gump. Yes, Forrest Gump. Really great thing. I'll get this out of the way now. This is just a DVD of Hop, which I haven't got a case for yet, which again is just a soft spot for it, even though it's not really that great of a movie, but you know, Russell Brand and James Marsden do a fun job there. Hellsing, this is the original series, not Ultimate. I don't know whether they actually did official DVD release of it yet, but I did like this series for some reason or other. Ultimate is superior in a lot of ways, but this is still nothing to be snuffed at. How to Train Your Dragon, the first one. Yet to get the other two on DVD. I've actually yet to see the third one yet, but again, another fantastic DreamWorks thing. The Hunger Games trilogy, it's fine, it's not my cup of tea, but nothing wrong with it. I Am Legend, you know, Will Smith, and German Shepherd in this, I love this quite a bit. Jaws, another great example of a good horror movie, even with all the problems they encountered, but they did make it work in the end. Just going to move the light so it's easier to see everything. And this is the first 3 series of Luther. Absolutely brilliant, and I believe I got one of these ones signed as well. I believe it was series 1. I can get the thing moving. Yeah, I got that signed by Paul McGann, who was in it. He played the 8th Doctor in the Doctor Who series. For those who watch my channel, I know. And you got series 4 there as well. Yet to get series 5, that's out on DVD yet. I think definitely these ones are strong compared to this one, and then the 5th series. The Mask, one of my favourite movies of all time. Just absolutely love Jim Carrey in this. Love the madness of it. Matrix, yes, it's good. Again, I think that's probably not as much of my strong cup of tea, but I still think it's a good film. Meet the Robinsons. My brother actually got this for me for Christmas quite a few years ago, and I think it's a bit of an underrated film, to be honest, from Pixar. Needs to be watched more. The Morph Files, thing in the 90s where they remade the Morph episodes. I remember this on the VHS, and I was quite fond of this. And this was actually a little bit different because I'm not sure whether this is going to come up on camera, but the back is actually, yeah, it doesn't come up so well, but it is actually a lot fuzzier compared to the other releases, like compared to the VHS and stuff. But the episodes still play fine. There's no special features or anything, but they're a fun little thing. If you're a fan of like claymation and stuff, like why wouldn't you be? This is definitely a thing to check out. This is Doubtfire, another fantastic film. You know, Robin Williams is spectacular. Can't really go wrong with him. That was something which I did for the National Citizenship Service over here in the UK. I got the complete platinum edition of the Nightmare on Elm Street series. I think besides films 1, 3, New Nightmare, were actually all really good. The rest of them, like the weaker was definitely, I think, either the 5th or 6th one. They just didn't really go much with it. But like I said, 1, 3, New Nightmare, you can't go wrong with any of them. No Country for Old Men. This was very, very creepy. I know it's not a horror movie, but I did find it quite disturbing with the performances, but it was a very good film. The first series of One Punch Man, fantastic. Laughed my head off on a lot of the scenes and everything. Didn't really find series 2 as funny though. I need to revisit that. This is just an interactive game for the series Raven from the CBBC, which I grew up with, and it's just a fun little thing to have. Shaun of the Dead, very funny, part of the Cornetto trilogy. The Strangers, I've actually yet to see this one. I might get around to it at some point, but I got that from my dad's, and so that was that. Then moving over here, we got the first Taken movie. Again, I like this one a lot. Liam Neeson really does a bang up job, and the plot is just really unique in that sense. Get that the way. Then I've got the 2012 TMNT series between series 1 and 4. So they've got series 1 there. And you've got series 2, which definitely they've got. This is just, I think, for me, the best TMNT series. I grew up with the 2003 one, but then I watched these ones and I just instantly fell in love with it. Everything about it was just so nice. This series, which is basically like a great homage to horror in a lot of ways. I really love that series for that. particularly the Dream Beavers episode, which is just a callback to Nightmare on Elm Street. And then for some reason I'm doing series 4 in parts 1 and 2. They did do the Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as the 5th series, but I never bothered with those episodes because, well, I did watch them, but I just didn't like them as much. So I just considered this, the Super Shredder, as like the final part to that series. But yeah, definitely the best edition of the series in terms of animation, storytelling, characters, voice actors. Love it. First Terminator movie, you know, can't really go wrong with that. Sarah Connor's probably one of my favourite movie heroes ever. And Judgment Day, a great sequel. The 1980s The Thing by John Carpenter, just really, really well done, and kind of interesting the fact that they only had males in the entire process with the film as well as behind the scenes and stuff. I think I might be wrong with that, but somebody correct me if that's wrong. This is interesting. I got a weird sense of nostalgia over this at one point a couple of years ago, and then I just binge watched all of the old Thomas episodes that I grew up with, and you notice, particularly in the first 2 series, about all of the mistakes that happen with the sets and everything. You see like the gaps that there are, the damage there is to the characters, and then the trains and all that sort of thing, and then just the obvious use of studio equipment and everything. But no, I just bought this for like nostalgia's sakes more than anything else. But I think it's a definitely a good thing for kids series and everything to watch. The classic era like these, as well as possibly a little bit of Series 7, was definitely a big part of my childhood. I can't get enough of these episodes when I'm rewatching them, just with that sense of going back there. But yeah, Series 4, which some people consider the best when it comes to the scenery and everything, which I can agree with. And then Series 5. I don't understand why they chose these different colour boxes and everything, and then the different digital images rather than going with the standard models. But yeah, got those. Then we have V for Vendetta, probably got one of the best films ever. I really love this. Yeah, V is such a mysterious character. I love these sort of anti-heroes things. The first 3 Adventures of Wallace and Gromit. This was actually released back in 2000. I got this as a Christmas present in the same year from my brother and my sister. And you know, I love watching this. Wallace and Gromit is definitely one of the best series that's ever been made for me. And then I've got the Curse of the Were-Rabbit. Despite the fact that I do like all of them, I don't actually have the Matter of Life and Death yet. I do need to get around to buying that at some point. And then just some last things down here. Got this really fun, underrated, forgotten series from Disney XD, Wander Over Yonder. It's a really fun thing. It's very episodic in this first series, but then the second series really develops kind of plot and stuff. If I can get my bag out of the way. Yeah, I think it's really underrated. It came out at the same time as the likes of Gravity Falls, which I think ended up causing it to be very overshadowed. But this is done by the same guy who did, what was it, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. So, you know, you got some good animation with it, and it just is really, really, I do enjoy the series a lot. Particularly from the character of Wanda. I wonder if there's like a quick picture, like him. I really like his character. Jack McBrayer was the perfect casting choice for him, and there was actually going to be a 3rd series of this, but then unfortunately for some reason it got cancelled. And then the final thing with this just random little assortment here, we got the first series of The Wire, which, you know, it's great drama. Dominic West and Idris Elba, can't really go wrong. And then these are just extra cases which I'm using for other things, and then these are the these are some Doctor Who DVD sleeves, which are the old ones, and then I replaced them for whatever reason to have the same matching spines and everything. But yeah, that's all there is with that. There's not really much else to say. It's just a little look at my other DVDs that I have in my collection, and I hope you guys enjoy this, and I shall catch you next time for whatever I do next. So long, take care.